Hi folks, welcome again to the World Cup. We are in round 2 in the Slovenia-Hungary match and we are going to watch a recorded game that I played against Tamas. We are jumping straight into it, so we won't be checking the decks because the game was quite long, but I can tell you a little bit. So Brotherhood is the deck that Tamas plays here, and it's basically kind of a rush deck, but not going too fast. Plays constructively with some key neutral characters, especially Tormund, maybe Varamir as well as a backup. Playing the lore package in Baratheon and then Zorahai Reborn with the keywords, you know the drill. There's 8 of them in this World Cup alone, so by far the most popular Baratheon deck. And Knights of Valyrian Steel, we also know what it is. And as you can see here, we are starting with the wall, so not taking mulligan, because it's actually incredibly difficult to match the pace of the Baratheon deck if you don't have the wall. So sacrificing a little bit of the start here, because the rest of the hand honestly is not amazing. But, well, the one thing that I did not want to see here on the other side was an immediate Hollow Hill, because that's basically an infinite source of good characters, very hard to deal with. So joining me is Sarah, who has some experience playing Brotherhood. What's your take on this matchup against the wall defense?
I think we played a couple practice games and it was definitely winnable, but it was hard work for the Night's Watch to defend and control Brotherhood. It has quite a versatile play options. I think it could go wide with the small chats and it could have a big tournament on the board. And even if you're wide with small chats and some keywords, I think can be pretty strong against Valyrian. Still, the one weakness probably is getting the dupes in time before the resets hit. Right, you have Morgulis. The hair is not such a huge problem, but Morgulis can be quite bad for Brotherhood if you can. And you have also, of course, Father, which is if you play Father into Morgulis, you get rid of Tormund pretty reliably.
Yeah, usually interesting. Harris was always it was always left as the last plot, and I was kind of stuck with it.
Yeah, although to be fair, it's also played in Bara deck, and also for Bara is usually not great, especially you have Craster in hand now, and once Craster is on the board, playing the Harris as your opponent is probably even worse in most situations.
Yeah, sometimes you have to, I think, play defensively just to stop a really good
Yeah,
Morgulis from hitting.
that's probably the best use for the Harris in this matchup, actually.
So I played Maiden first round. The other option is playing at the gates, but honestly, they have some rose roads here, so I didn't really want to do that. Played the Maiden because that's one round where Bara is going at the gates, and you can go second, see what happens. But I'm not liking this.
Yeah.
The Dupe Torment that needs to be addressed. Now I have a goat. I can defend the wall if I try really hard, probably.
Yeah, and pretty annoying. He lives after one gold, which can be used for Sin, and Sin is a really annoying card in any matchup, but here you can
Hmm.
target some of the pretty nice cards in hand. I think getting rid of that Banjan or Strangler is pretty good.
Yeah, anything I leave is potentially getting lost.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking, do I bring out Tether Salt because he searches 6. There could be a Craven that on Tormund without Zorahai Reborn then becomes a little less dangerous for me.
Yeah, so this is an interesting choice that you have here. You have to choose between Sweet Sleep, which can be strong in this matchup for sure, and Seized, which you mentioned is
Mhm.
pretty annoying to have this Hollow Hill trigger every round because if you play with the resets and you want to um, reset the board, and then if your opponent immediately can remarshal, it's pretty decent. Um, and actually, in my experience playing Tamas deck, I think it usually had pretty good econ as well. It has both the reducer location, both the Baratheon one and the neutral one. which can be awkward at times, but in general, I was happy with the economy here.
Yeah, I still haven't used the agenda, so I mean, it's nothing's looking too inviting playing that dagger on the two characters that are in play right now, or strangler on Tormund that I kind of need to get rid of with the father next round probably. Mm, and there's the question of defending the wall. If I play Benj and he takes all the gold, then I'll suffer claim. So I'm just going to, well, I should really decide before I click, but okay. Gain gold to get more stuff. Okay, so Aemon will save from claim, and I can play this guy to participate in military. And then I should actually defend the wall. The Intimidate on Tormund does not work out to get rid of Tattersalt, I don't think.
Yeah, but you have nothing now to use the agenda on, right? Yeah, so Tormund is actually the only target for Brotherhood here because surprising number of Baratheon characters in play, and actually none of the stuff that came in gave 1 gold on the Godry, so he's actually has strength only from the attachment.
Yeah, so Tormund gains stealth, which honestly is doesn't look that great. I mean, he can try to kneel the wall now
Yeah.
for what it's worth, but going first and then I maybe do a challenge back.
Yeah, but I think this was a bit of a misplay from Tamash because this recruit can defend anyway. Then you can't intimidate the power icon, so you actually now should be able to defend the wall properly. But there could always be nightmares anyway. Although you might as well then play nightmares on this recruit. Yeah, but still gains the token and
Yeah, I mean, could have just taken insight, get one card. That's what you usually do, right, in the early game.
well, the other option is to go for a military challenge, which recruit has to defend, and you can stealth Tattersalt on the power. Or if you put another character in the military challenge, you could still intimidate intimidate one. But
Hmm.
if you went with the 2 strength one, you can intimidate the power icon and do power unopposed with the reducer.
Okay, so now I have to, if I want to defend the wall, I have to lose this one. So I have the Hob, who will redraw up to 6. And honestly, that Rose Road could go, but
Yeah, but goes Benjamin. That's it's not great because
it
I
was the
think
best card.
yeah. Well, I would argue Strangler on Tormund should be pretty good if it comes to that.
Do I even probably get out of this better if I leave the one, right, and do unopposed power back?
Should be the same, right? It would be 2-0 either way, right?
Yeah, possibly. Well, I'll take Sangui, who honestly is a good character.
Yeah, for sure.
And I get a decent ranging party.
Yeah, it's a shame though that you lost Benjamin because with Benjamin actually all of them also gain stealth immunity basically.
Yeah, I have to go the father to get rid of Tormund.
I think it's fine. The econ doesn't seem too bad to have to play your own at the gates at the moment.
And into Battle of the Camps. Now that is an extra nil, so this
Yeah, it's
round
gonna be hard,
looks difficult here to defend the wall.
especially if you have now Angui that can do 2 challenges. So that will actually um, let you have either extra intimidate or extra stealth. But Oh yeah, you redrew into Voldup and Crester Dup, which Crester is a great character, but once you have him once, you don't really need the dupes.
Yeah, although I might have to suffer normal military claim now,
Yeah,
and
of course.
yeah, the okay, Aemon is there, but
Actually, with Battle of the Camps, Aemon can be nailed on the military challenge.
yeah, so
And with the card that you have here, it's kind of looking hard to defend the wall. Yeah, so Celici is some extra icon. I think there's only one copy of her in the deck.
yeah, but she does bring that to Saraaa Reborn,
Ah, yeah.
and now there's no choice really. Has to be the father to remove Tormund. Hopefully, doesn't get a second loop, and then I have to play Morghulis Red,
Yeah.
which honestly would be okay because Zorha is also terminal.
Mm-hmm.
Just going to grab more power. Okay, almost everyone is already a lore.
Yeah, although I was thinking as well when I was watching, you could now just put the strangler on him as well, and then the strength that he adds to challenge is so much lower, but still he adds the keywords in every
Yeah, if
challenge.
he takes renown and he takes insight with agenda or intimidate he has anyway. It's a mess. Better to get rid of him.
Mm-hmm.
Have some gold to play Crester. Have the card in shadows. I could
Yeah, and you might want to do seized.
yeah, at least on Hollow Hill would be okay.
Yeah, and there's always the threat of having seen, so you might lose one or the other.
So leaving myself the gold to play out my recruiter, who actually can he can participate in any challenge if he loses, so he could defend the wall just by himself, and if I have to pay for him twice, then I can do seized. That was my thinking. That's why I left seized in hand, and I thought,
Yeah.
okay, if I don't have to spend the gold, then maybe I
Mm-hmm.
play seized with the agenda.
And there's no worry to dupe the wall, right? Because I don't think there's any danger for the locations on the Brotherhood side. So yeah, and he takes stealth again. That's
He's over reserve this time, so inside a bit of an overkill if he has a good hand. Stealth, is that the only way to near the wall? Probably not, honestly.
well, it depends. If you have this recruiter every time, it doesn't even help you if you have stealth anyway. You can use recruiter for power and military, and surely it doesn't look like there should be enough. Yeah, and the thing is, with Azora High Reborn, you get the other keywords for all the characters, but stealth is only gonna be in one challenge.
Hmm. So there comes the recruiter
Yeah, and place.
and gets nightmares.
Which means the war is going to be nailed, and power is probably gonna be unopposed as well.
Yeah, nothing to do. I mean, you can always just nightmares the wall if you have nightmares. That takes two power away.
Um, I mean,
But
sure,
yeah,
it takes the strength away as well, but right now, if you can get two unopposed instead, I think that's the better choice for sure.
and now this guy is actually stuck in play.
Yeah, you can't remove him for the Morgulis.
Yeah, so I was thinking probably at this point I can just claim him because play father into Morgulis and he goes. I'm not going to save him with Aemon, so Crester survives and Aemon saves probably at this point Tattersalt.
Well, Tetris will also hunt for the father problem, right?
Good thinking. Yes, that sounds like a plan. Then he saves the hob, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I have that as well. I forgot. I will be able to save one of my characters. Settersold is great if he jumps in and out with Blackbird, but at the moment Blackbird isn't here. 2 copies in the deck, and he himself can find it. So that's always great when it happens.
Yeah, I watched a couple of games that Argenta played, and I think this Tethersold and Blackbird combo, I think won at least one game. It looked very lost, and then this combo magically found the solution. Just interesting game.
So I'm going to lose this one as well and get intimidated.
Yeah, he missed out on one renown though.
Yeah, although at this point, honestly, I don't care because he's going,
Yeah.
right? He's going one way or another. Um, so he needs to do. He has Tormund participate in the intrigue. Okay, so never mind. It's all hopeless.
Yes.
Mhm. Best I can do is just oppose.
Correct. But you're not getting seen, so you can now do seized.
Yeah, nothing else to spend the gold on, and this seems okay. He spent some cards. He was over reserve earlier. He's not now.
And I think we were talking about this game uh, in the past week because this is now a couple of days after we played it, and he does play scene at some point. Spoiler, but yeah, I think when we discussed it, he said, "Oh, he really should have taken this seized when he played scene," but actually it was before the scene. So
Yeah, and now red priest either. And this time I'm a little bit luckier, so I lose the wall to the intrigue claim. Don't need it. There's nothing to disrupt the wall in
yeah,
this matchup. And I draw a practice blade. Honestly, if I had it in hand previously, it would have saved me on the military.
yeah, that's if you, I suppose, put seized in the marshalling, but you can't know.
Yeah, but then I probably would have I would have wanted to just absolutely bestow it as much as I could because the game is going to last. I have won the Smith, and that's it. Every other round, the Hollow Hill triggers, and it's a mess. So here we are, 7-1, and Tormund is now getting removed. And yeah, Tetrasalt, who can be replayed. Great choice. But actually, here comes a choice for Tamash, because he doesn't want to have Tormund into Morgulis. This is the father playing to Morgulis and decides not to save Tormund. So Dupe goes to the discard pile and there's no one in hand. And this is not the board I want to Morgulis anymore. So killing that recruiter now, not as brilliant. But yeah, I mean, I'm just killing the Chads now, right?
Yeah, and the second you play Morgulis, he's allowed to put the Tormund back. Well, the attachment's in the trash now, but honestly, even without the attachment, Tormund can be pretty dominant and can always find another one as well.
So it's 2 over reserve.
And actually, so you know that's strange. I think there's quite um, an unusually high number of Baratheon characters and no neutrals on the board for Brotherhood.
Yeah, by the way, there's a character that you can find with fresh recruits, Garrett, who needs the faction card anytime an
Yeah,
omen is revealed. There's an omen in his deck, Duharis, and I have Duharis, Morgulis, and Palace of Sorrows. So if you need the faction card there, Brotherhood basically is that as an agenda.
I think that in the matchups that we played, that was a really strong card to have. That's one of the new ones. That was definitely good inclusion.
Yeah, but no fresh recruits. Have Tattersalt and Dagger back, so I should be drawing more now. What did I choose?
You choose at the gates.
Ah, okay, so basically I don't need it, but nothing. The
Yeah.
other plots do stuff, and yeah.
Yeah, and he also goes for something similar. It's like duel in this matchup doesn't do anything. You play it at some point. You usually get the initiative if you're lucky, but not even that.
Not giving him Gates of the Moon
Mm.
here. He only has 2 econ locations. In some testing games, actually, there was a lot of econ.
Yeah, as I said before, I think it's pretty nice icon in this deck, but this deck not great here.
And so he's thrown away Melisandre for reserve, which is okay.
Yeah.
So I was thinking must have another one probably, or just an amazing hand, which is worrying. And Delena, I think there's one, and she finds potentially Gendry who can speed things up a little bit if things work out. He has
Hmm.
printed renown. He has
Yeah,
renown
basically
basically.
has printed renown, but also gives another character renown if you have Warhammer in play. But I think for the stand, the only thing that Nice has is one copy of Castle Black and one copy of Guarded Duty, and yeah, doesn't do anything else. It's always funny when you have Delena against Night's Watch and they have Jon Snow and he can still stand.
Mhm. Well, strong Angwe.
Yeah, Anga is still a pretty good one. Yeah, but he won initiative and decided to go first anyway, which against wall defense is not necessarily the best choice.
Yeah, I was thinking if he's doing that, probably I'm getting some Red Priest or something, or he's confident that he can intimidate well.
Yeah, possibly. But if you don't have a red priest, I think letting Night Watch go first usually just means it passes the challenges and not much happens.
Yeah, he's in a little bit of trouble with the characters now because they come in, they're strong, pretty dominant. Look at the 7 strengthers there, but they don't have dupes, so he's exposed to a Morguli still.
Yeah, and I think the problem is I think Godry and Seleuci can't have dupes anyway. Oh, it's a nice
Mm,
selection here.
difficult not to take that milk, even though the sword is okay. You can ambush that and get more cards.
Yeah, the sword is nice and
Well, nothing here immediately needs milking. Angui has an ability, but
Angui
yeah,
is good for milk and potentially the one that has power icon, but yeah, not a super strong milk. You do, I suppose, want to save it for Tormund when he comes in, because you know it's still in hand, just waiting for the Morghulis to happen.
I was thinking if I'm still going to Morghulis, do I play this ranging party? It forces maybe Tamash to choose stealth again to mess with the wall. I don't know.
Yeah, the problem is I think if he chooses stealth, then it's pretty hard to it's pretty hard to well, I suppose maybe.
Yeah, well, if he's choosing stealth, he's not choosing inside basically, and the
And
hollow
not
kill is
choosing
locked.
intimidate because that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
There's no intimidate printed now, so yeah. There's actually one character that has in the deck that's surprisingly good. The House Erin one that kneels Gates of the Moon and gets either intimidate or renown, I think.
Yeah, nice choice. So I
So insubordination continues to do nothing, right?
um yeah, insubordination. I mean, not worth milking Angui there, but insubordination actually. So can't just declare him for the free challenge now. You have to
Yeah,
waste
I
another
suppose.
attacker, which is not too
But
bad.
he has the characters that are worth wasting here in
Yeah, he has them for now. And against the Zorahai, okay, that's automatically gets past insubordination. I have the Westwatch there as well, but surprisingly missing a builder, so couldn't play that to stand the wall.
Mhm.
Have Practice Blade potentially with the agenda and Nightmares, which honestly doesn't seem worth it against anyone. I guess I could, if he somehow does a weird sequence of challenges, I could play it on Lamb to lose the power icon.
Yeah, I mean sometimes it's possible to do it on
Godry.
Godry, but right now honestly most of his strength comes from the attachment. So I think intimidate should work just as well as anything to near the wall, right?
And this time there's an immediate scene in flames, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
losing the milk. Am I not? I mean, okay, he has to actually might have to take practice blade to
To
get rid of my
yeah,
wall,
to get rid of the wall, maybe.
but
But
taking
milk,
milk is a good investment, I think here.
taking milk as well. Strangler is a strong one to consider as well, and you have nightmare still. But can you now defend the wall with the blade?
Why is he so he chose intimidate? He can do a challenge military first. I can defend.
With the blade? I think you have to defend with the blade,
I have to defend
otherwise,
with the blade
yeah,
because I need to leave two
power
power
icons.
icons to get past the intimidate. Well, it depends on if he just attacks with 7, then maybe not. But
Well, he can't because of the insubordination, right?
yeah, if he puts Godrin, then that's intimidates anyone. Well, I could still do some kind of nightmares on Godry. That would leave it at 7.
Yeah, I think the problem is not enough strangles away with Godri's ability. He got an extra one now as well with the sin.
Hmm. So if I nightmares him, oh, he has Red God's blessing.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying most it comes from the attachment. He
Oh,
would be
so
on
he's
3.
5 strength.
Yeah, he would lose 3.
Oof, okay. So that would still be 12. Okay,
Yeah.
then hopeless.
Yeah, I could consider taking the gold for nightmares, but probably a card is better, right? At this
Yeah, I
point.
don't think I can nightmares anything to make really a difference. If I played it on Angu immediately, that was one possibility, and now I don't think I can even play it on Lamb to do anything great. So I just
Yeah.
invest in cards. We've spent a lot of time though, almost half the game, and it's
Yeah, I think I was very nervous during the game. I felt like some of that timing was very slow, but it's also always, I think, to be fair enough, you have to really think things through with how many unpredictable things can happen um, during Night Watch Reading still.
by the way, I drew an underground vault. I mean,
Yeah.
look at all the icon. It's the last thing I need really. I could use a character because if I'm Morgulis, then I have Craster and whatever Aemon does.
Yeah, but he doesn't go for intimidating power icons, which means I don't think there's a way to now kneel the wall.
No, there wasn't a way anyway. If he
Hmm.
nailed the power
Yeah,
icon, then I defend with the other, and he needs one intrigue, and I still have one standing.
yeah. Although unfortunately we have to defend with just enough to defend, but not actually win the challenges. So that's not great either. So yeah.
By the way, I have a high road. If I really needed to play Nightmares, that would still
Mm.
be a possibility. Okay, so what's attacking? Actually, I will take off my sweater because this laptop is incredibly hot.
Yeah, it's been so slow, and with this current state, I was starting to worry that this might be problematic for us. I think
Yeah, Nightmares into Lamb here actually was not going to help me win on defense. It would be 9-9, I think. I defended with both.
Yeah. Would have to do nightmares before, then he has to go with
Yeah, but
Symmetry.
honestly, that nightmares might be might be useful.
Well,
It's
it's
gone
going
anyway. Of
away,
course,
yeah.
it's well, Strangler and Nightmares are the two most usable cards here. I'm
Yeah.
getting some back with the Hob. I think just
Do
the
you
one
get
though.
two or just the one?
Just the one. Need to spend one somehow.
Well, honestly, it could be a possibility to get another wall. But
Yeah. So now I'm in not a great situation for Morgolis, honestly.
yeah, unfortunately, because I think um, it would be nice to be able to keep that result, right?
Okay, the Smith is kind of useless. What did I choose? I chose Palace
Palace, yes.
into Forced March. Happy to go
Mm,
second.
it's pretty good for March as well. I mean, whatever. There's only two characters, but actually,
Don't have
um,
any other icons, so I might be losing
yeah, I
the wall
think
again.
the wall and also Craster is the one character that has extra strength on this Palace turn. So yeah,
Yeah, and I put that practice blade on him.
yeah. I mean, it makes sense. You
Everyone's still
like
alive that was in place, so it would still
when
be
the
there.
draw is a bit harsh.
Yeah, I have one card that I can play to get me another trigger with agenda. I mean, Gates of the Moon on top of all the other econ. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm just hoping for dupes not to come into play so that I can Morgulis and see what happens.
Yeah, but
I mean, he has to play something out because he can't expect my hand to be this shit. He has to think I'm going to put out character set.
yeah. I mean, even just the little builders and Stewart the wall would be pretty nice, especially with the location.
Red Priest? No. Okay. So three cards in hand. I think one of them is still Tormund.
Yes. And is there another Red God's Blessing or no? It's this. Yeah, it's hidden there. So three of them are mystery cards.
And now waiting with some cards after Morgulis has become tricky with that ghost. So I need to draw something good, and honestly, this is not the worst thing.
Yeah.
Do I play it into shadows to stand the wall, or do I play it to just immediately retrigger that assault to get some kind of emergency card? I have the icon.
Yeah.
Could play it, play Westwatch to restand it and basically play two Tether assaults this time. But I am getting the wall nailed then for sure. This is going for Ghost of High Heart if I don't put it into play.
Yeah, but it's a bit of a waste because if you plan to play Morgulus anyway.
Yeah, and I'm thinking if he ghosts me, maybe he gives me a character. Yeah, I keep doing that. So that's the first Tattersall trigger. And I'm just digging. Honestly, should have dug earlier. And he finds zero.
Yeah, that's really bad.
After all of this, he finds nothing. And Strangler is not getting me an extra card. I've already used the agenda, so yeah. I have another Westwatch into Standing Blackbird and using Tattersall.
Yeah, but not standing the wall. I think it would possibly be better to play through shadows at this point because no way to defend the wall.
And there's 20 minutes left, so getting 2 power from the wall would have been okay.
Yeah, definitely. And also now, next round you have to play Morgulis almost for sure. And the thing is, this seized is going away, so he will be able to find for after Morgulis some cards.
Yeah, but actually now that I have Blackbird, this that result. escaping before Morgulis and coming back and finding cards and look at all of that econ, right, to recover. Now it's not looking so bad as long as I can survive here and then get a better board. I know Tormund's still in there and another mystery card.
Yeah, and now he takes the inside because
yeah, and I can't stop it. He's going to
nothing,
draw to
yeah.
red. Okay, so that was net, and I'm Morgulising, so I let it go.
Yes,
To keep
makes sense.
to keep Aemon standing. That's still my only icon there. Well, one of my power and military icons struggling a little bit there. Has to overspend a little bit with insubordination, which has worked out not
Yeah, I
so bad,
suppose.
honestly, because he's going to have to attack with 2, then maybe I even have some chance of doing a challenge back.
I mean, yeah, there is, even if you defend with Tattersalt can go back and come back in, outstanding. So, right.
Yeah. Drawn the 2 cards. Doesn't have huge econ to support them, so can't really play just a Torment and a Missandre and some kind of a Zorhai. Torment and one Zorhai, I guess. It's just about possible, which honestly is super worrying. Although if everything dies for Morgulis, then he's then out of characters. So okay, we have 19 minutes left and it's 9-1. Can we turn it back? Turn it around, I should say. So this one, he's just left the ghost, which means he's overnailed the icons now. I can actually, and this is lucky, he should really ghost here. I can win a power back now with Tethersault. So
Yeah, and
that's not
winning
going to
trick back as well.
yeah, maybe hit one of the characters. It's not going to look so terrible. It's 9-1, but I can win power back unopposed, so can stall it a little bit more here.
Yeah, but everything's taking so long again. When I was watching, I was getting very nervous.
Does he ghost? He doesn't ghost. I wonder why not. Does he remember that it's not the best? I don't think he knows Gates of the Moon and Strangler. Maybe he's seen. I don't know. I don't remember anymore. But
Well, I think also because you seem to be struggling with marshalling, didn't put anything in, 7 gold left. He might be thinking, okay, he has a bad hand. Maybe it's not worth doing the ghost because it gives you another card as well.
and actually here he doesn't defend with Ghost. He uses Ghost on himself.
Which seems to be that he's struggling as well, but should probably do it after the intrigue challenge, to be fair.
Yeah, and then he discards Acolyte, which was a playable card, honestly. So I'm guessing he didn't want to get that particular one discarded. Oof. Okay. Beautiful. Getting a Craven for after Morgulis.
Yeah, and also after the
After the
ghost
Ghost
was
trigger.
spent, yeah. And so now, honestly, whatever he can bring in with after Morgulis, it's getting Craven and Strangler, which that seems to be super good.
Well, unless I get Red Priestess immediately.
That is true.
I need to save that result. Yeah. There's even some chance of replaying it and then using Westwatch if I wanted another card here, but okay, maybe better to leave it standing. And I drew the sword, which is not bad either. Okay, could do with characters, but that's going to draw
Draw
further.
card as well.
Yeah. Actually, he plays the Harris.
Yeah, and playing the Harris means he has to go first either way, if he has Red Priest or not, and one is still Tormund that we know of.
Mm-hmm. So I drew a Water Dancer sword that was revealed with Tattersall earlier, and I think it happens again with another Tattersall trigger that I immediately get the card that was on top anyway. So I was beginning to question whether it was some kind of Inotron bug, but very unlikely. So here I had a choice whether to save Aemon and Hob, let them go back to deck for the Harris, or do I get Aemon killed to have a standing Hob there?
Yeah, but Tamash plays the Harris, so he keeps one. I think he has close call in the deck. That's why he left this reducer to die, which is fair enough.
Yeah, nothing getting killed before then. 2 plots left, so he has close call and
Yeah, and honestly, getting one of these small chads is pretty nice.
does he have counting coppers as well?
Yeah, he has counting coppers,
Yeah,
yes.
not really the icon to support it. And Torment comes duped, but now he's not getting reset anyway. Just the 2 characters. I mean, that's unfortunate for him because now I have exactly the 2 attachments to deal with 2 characters.
Mm-hmm.
And look at my 12 gold on the bullish turn.
This is battery connector.
Well, suddenly things are looking up. And the main reason is that Tetrasalt being able to search a little bit. Just do a noble lineage to make sure I can put that on Crester now if needed. Military icon. Tetrasalt still waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Another blackbird. Well,
And still not a builder to stand the wall, but honestly looks like he's probably able to defend now. Even for taking stealth, you have Blackbird and you can reuse him if you want to.
So it's still 8-5 and I have no claim this round.
Yeah.
But now things are looking up a little bit. And now the 14 minutes left doesn't look so terrible because it seems like I'm going to start winning very shortly, maybe in this round. I'll have the wall and I'll have someone opposed, right? Intrigue at least. So should be pretty even.
Yeah, he really can do only one challenge. And
What do you take here? Could take insight on Hungary.
yeah.
Hoping to win on defense, maybe something. Yeah, it's a little bit hopeless, honestly. This trigger is may as well. Okay, Stealth will do something. He will stealth past.
Well, he can start past Craster, but
He knows there's a tether. So
yeah, there's Tetrasol in Shadow, so there's. I do think that leaving out Lord Commander might have been a mistake.
Okay, just checking the attachments. Honestly, it's my negative attachments there, so don't want to switch slip them. Just grabbing that extra character.
Yeah.
I have some strength boost if I need it, if something unexpected happens, which is not a possibility. And now I'm actually getting 2 unopposed if I do power first to force Anglo to kneel. So intrigue unopposed anyway. Then I just can't do military first because he defends without
Yeah,
kneeling.
and with the huge gold left over, you're winning dominance anyway.
Still have that West Watch to restand Blackbird and can do in dominance with that 5 gold another Tethersold loop.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, may as well do this because it's just free. Still winning dominance just about. And yeah, I got that sweet slip that was revealed earlier. That's the moment. Thinking, do I do this now? I have to spend some gold, so let's do it in dominance. Just take the wall.
But actually, he comes in standing, so the gold that would be spent is not actually relevant.
And then he passes
Yeah,
Hollow
he
Hill.
forgot Hollow Hill. I think it's fair enough because Seized was on it so long, but we were talking about it earlier. If your opponent skips Hollow Hill, you just pass the action window as soon as possible.
Yeah, and then I thought, okay, his Hollow Hill is much more important than my Tetris now, so yeah.
Yeah.
forget about it, and then okay, in standing phase it's no longer worth it because you may as well do it the following round. And now I can play the Smith to get rid of the Hollow Hill again. Into Coppers I'll mess up one econ as well, so some minor bonus there. Can go second, and there's now a Seasoned Woodsman, which is another source to draw if he survives Bread Beasts.
Oh, and you find this Halder, and Halder now
Look at all the stuff for Halder's ability.
Yeah, but you have to then use for the Smith neutral location attachment, right?
I did remember
have,
that.
You have plenty.
I have the Strangler and Noble Image. So can you the one location that he doesn't?
Yeah, already hovering over the.
Just so that I don't forget. And Hollow Hill I can leave for later, obviously, if he does more stuff. Just Melisandre needs a prominent character here, but I'm about to swarm now. Okay, there goes the other. And honestly, I think I just instinctively need my underground vaults here just to grab more gold, but honestly, at some point, you have so much that you could just leave them for Halter as well. So, okay, so much draw now. This guy is going to draw, and Tattersalt is still there. Draws into Benjen. So I have my Harris as the last one, right? So I can't just go super crazy.
Yeah, but honestly, it kind of looks like it's close to winning now anyway.
Probably should hold some back here. Just checking if there's any realistic threat of getting the wall nailed somehow. I mean, the Tattersalt there still seems so unlikely. Military is the weakest one I have, but I have two icons there.
Yeah, and actually now these two can be stealthed because of the vengeance abilities. Right? And you can now stand the wall actually.
Finally.
Well, actually, no. Oh, is he steward? Okay, he's steward. That would be pretty ridiculous. Although, if you manage to find the zero cost attachment, you could put it on Craster and he would have all three traits.
Okay, so Tamas passes. Thinking that if he does challenges here, he's just losing through all the unopposed. I can do challenges pretty safely as well. So I have Halder, needs +1. Does the hop to get past Melisandre here? If it's unopposed, even better. And honestly, Tamas is. He could have had a little more. He can. He's marshaled some now. But yeah, if he has nightmares or something, it's unfortunate that can't play that. Redguard's Blessing was alright as well. Although it doesn't help Tormund on weekend attack, so just Melisandre basically. Attacking with Tatters because he's going out potentially as well. Against potentially 8.
No, potentially 5.
Sorry, he has Strangler, yeah. And may as well do a military, right? So just checking dominance. There's 4 there. I have so much I could attack with Benjen if I wanted to here. But I also have the harder location still. I've messed that up in the past just by misclicking, by the way. Not this time. Well, missing a long claw to win, and he didn't want to do military into Benjen.
Yeah, of course. Only makes sense, but Now
Here
it should be
actually,
his close call against your Harris, and you win the initiative on that. And I think in this case it might just make sense to go first and try win a power challenge.
I just spend that leftover gold for one more Tattersalt trigger. I have another one in hand, so I didn't mind losing him for the Harris. Now I still have Blackbird to put him in, but want really a standing Blackbird instead. And yeah, being able to throw Gates of the Moon away is such a luxury.
Panicking a bit when you put him out and didn't take him back with Blackbird. But not super important.
Okay, so not giving anything chance to happen. If I go first, I should be able to win. If I go second, from 7 to 15, even with the Zora high and taking Rinan, I mean, it's so far-fetched, but I should be able to win here. He can't even do military, honestly, with mention there.
Yeah. Banyos are very good. So,
And I'm defending the wall pretty much guaranteed.
yeah, and really the only character for a military, for a close call is the one that he used.
Oh, found the fresh recruits. At this point, there is nothing really. I could search for Garrett, but this is the last round. Yeah, honestly, fun when you get to this stage where the game just plays itself. Forgot that he can even do one more. Yeah, I have some gold for that result as well, and for that sword.
And you could just put that result in the game, right?
Yeah, I could. Well, at this
Yeah,
point,
and he gets rid of. He could have get rid of either Tormund or Anguin. Maybe if he has another Anguin, getting rid of him with Cravens. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Sandra Nero's cluster again. But...
Well, anything else?
Not sure what happened there.
Okay, 4 gold left.
Mm.
So I was just
That's
thinking
pretty sad.
I should probably, if there's a nightmare, so I should probably just use harder immediately and trigger every single thing that is not useful in some other way to give someone plus strength. These two can be used, to be fair, so... Okay, Blackbird. And yeah, no defense against this, even if there were exposed to all the other stuff. And there we are. Honestly, this wasn't looking good at 8 or 9-1 or whatever it was, but yeah, turned
Yeah, and
around.
actually I was worrying about the time, and you finished within the time limit, which is pretty impressive for this one. I was thinking it goes to time for sure. But yeah, nice one.
Yeah, and so what was this game for? I guess so. That's
Yeah, we were at 3-1 at that point.
3-1. Okay.
Looking up for us, but still more battles to come.
Okay, and we have a few more games actually from this round recorded, and you will be able to see them on my channel as well pretty soon. So thank you for watching this one with us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye bye.